properly posted and the roll been taken.
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 2 is prayer, and then we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm honored to have Pastor Daniel Coronado from the church here in the city of Dublin, Light of the World, that will say a prayer for us, and then we'll remain standing. And Asiel Flores, one of our youth from the church, will start us out with the pledge. So we can start with the prayer.
Thank you, Mayor Ryan, Chief of Staff, and all city officials. It is a pleasure and honor to be here this afternoon. Let us pray. Father, we thank you for the opportunity that has been given to us this evening. We understand the responsibility that's recently here to the public service. Therefore, we ask that your wisdom and your grace be our guide, and that your love to become in every decision we make in saving our community. With humility, we ask to be blessed our city, Delavan, and the great state of Wisconsin, and this United States of America. We also understand our weakness may be many, but your love is infinite and everlasting. We do all of this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you again, Pastor Daniel and Asiel, for leading us in the prayer and the pledge this evening. Moving on to item number 3 is approval of the minutes. 3.1 are minutes from the November 16th common council meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the November 16th meeting. Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 4 are communications. We've got under communications a possible change of date for the February common council meeting. If there is a spring primary election, which is scheduled on election day for Tuesday, February 15th.
Just a heads up, we can discuss it at the January council meeting because we will know January 5th whether or not there needs to be a primary.
Thank you for the heads up. And we'll talk further about it. Item number 5 are public comments. At this time, if there's any citizens who wish to address the chair at this point in the meeting, all I would ask is that you come to the podium and just state your name and address for the record, and speak no more than once on something that's on the agenda for 3 minutes. I'm not sure if we have anyone that wants to speak publicly or not. Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to item number 6, which are reports of committees, boards, commissions, and the Darian School District. Item 6.1 is the Finance Committee and Financial Report. Alderwoman Deschner-Brand.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Finance Committee met just before this meeting at 5 o'clock. Our next meeting will be on January 11th at 5. There are a number of items on tonight's agenda. The minutes of the meeting are on file with the city clerk for public inspection. And at this time, I would make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
There's a motion to approve the financial reports and a second. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 6.2 is general operations. Alderman Wilson.
Thank you, Mayor. General operations met Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. There are no public comments. Assistant Police Chief James Bilski provided the committee a police activity update as well as COVID-19 updates that included vaccinations. Billing fees for 7 false alarms were approved. Winter parking citations were discussed, and they started November 15th. Mr. Terrence Walsh updated us on the building and zoning department. This included most of the 14 single-family homes. They have received their occupancy permits, and there's been numerous re-roofing permits issued as a result of hail damage. In business for the city solid waste and recycling program, we sent the issuance license to common council. This involved 4 commercial haulers. We also sent a change to the ordinance that involved compensation for the council. We also approved a change to allow residents who qualify to build a residence for their family above a detached garage. We also moved to create a plan for electric vehicle charging stations. The next GOC meeting is January 4th, 2020.
Thank you, Alderman Wilson. Item 6.3 is the planning commission, Alderman Beasley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Planning Commission met Monday, December 6th. The next meeting will be Tuesday, January 4th at 5 p.m. There are 2 items from that previous meeting that are on the agenda for discussion today. And the minutes are on file with city clerk for public inspection if anybody is interested.
Thank you, Alderman Beasley. Item 6.4 is public works, Alderwoman Destler Grant.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Public Works met on November 23rd at 5:30. There's a few items that will be discussed on tonight's meeting. And the next meeting we're going to have is January 25th at 5:30.
Thank you, Alderwoman Destler Grant. Item 6.5 is the Town of Delavan Lake Committee, Alderman Beasley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Town of Delavan Lake Committee met on Tuesday, December 7th. They went over a finalized plan to bring in a consulting company as well as made a recommendation to purchase dredging equipment. And that will be forwarded up the chain to the town hall for approval. There was a couple of issues that they were trying to get done before December 15th, when the contract could change in terms of price. There could be an increase in price from anywhere from 12 to 22%. So they're trying to get things done under the wire, and they want to make sure that this gets taken care of. Otherwise, next year's project would run into some snags. And they're hoping to alleviate those issues before they run into a problem.
Wonderful. Thank you, Alderman Beasley. Item 6.6 is the Library Board of Trustees, Alderwoman Destler Grant.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our Library Board of Trustees has not met since our last council meeting. Our next meeting is this Thursday at 5:30 here in the conference room.
Thank you, Alderwoman Destler Grant. Item 6.7, Parks and Recreation Commission. Alderman Purcell would normally give us an update on this. I know he did reach out, and with the change in our December meeting, he had a conflict since we're meeting a week earlier than normal. So I don't know if anyone else wants to give us a short little synopsis of the departments. Right?
I did attend the Parks and Rec Commission. One of the discussions was, I think that dog park has been identified, which park is the one that would be suitable for that. There's some letters that are gonna be sent out, and we're gonna see how that, in that neighborhood, if that's the area that is to be, if people are okay with that. We had 3 parks. We had Delavan, we had the behind Lowe's, we had, this is the names now. Gated, and then Larva, which was the one that was selected to be the park. It had the less things that we had to worry about and be suitable for what we're looking for.
All right. Thank you, Alderman Solis. Item 6.8 is Communications Commission, Alderman Solis.
We have not met since our last council meeting. Our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, December 20th at 5:30.
Thank you, Alderman Solis. Item 6.9 is the Delavan Downtown Project Management Team, Alderwoman Destler Grant.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The downtown project management team was scheduled to meet on December 7th, but we did not have a quorum at that time. Our next meeting will be January 25th at 7.
Thank you, Alderwoman Destler Grant. Item 6.10 is the Dublin Golf Commission. Again, Alderman Purcell is the representative, and we're going with an update. I know there are some items that came before finance and on the council agenda this evening. Other than that, I don't know. It's a little slower this time of the year, although there's no snow, so maybe there were some people out there golfing. I don't know. We'll move on to item 611 then, the Tourism Commission, Alderman Solis.
Mr. Mayor, we did meet on December 10th on Friday, at 8:30 a.m. This, one of the discussions that I wanted to bring up here is just to report that the Tourism Commission is gonna enter an agreement with the Lake Area Chamber of Commerce. So that with the purposes that the chamber take care of our promotion and marketing services for the city of Delavan. This was brought up because of the number of changes that's happened with the Lower County Visitors Bureau, and also Visit Delavan. So we were trying to find an entity that would take this on, and seems like the chamber has agreed that this is something they could do. We've looked at the details in the contract and see if that's something that is gonna be viable. I think we're close to that, and I think it's gonna be coming down pretty soon. So this is exciting news for for our area, and I think this is something that definitely is worth looking at, to keep in touch here. So
Great. Thank you, Alderman Solis. Item 6.12 is the Darian School District update. Normally, Dr. Jill Sorby would give that, and I imagine she probably had a similar conflict with us meeting 1 week earlier. So we'll move on to item number 7, under the Planning Commission. 7.1 is consider a resolution for issuance of a conditional use permit at 1450 East Geneva Street, located in the Business Regional BR zoning district with a wellhead protection overlay for an indoor sales or service land use to allow for the sales of furniture. Applicant Bravo Builders / Robert Edwards for Slumberland Furniture.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to make a motion to approve the proposed resolution with the conditional use findings listed under the report, under conditional use findings, and issuance of a conditional use permit for applicant Bravo Builders, Robert Edwards, and for some Slumberland Furniture for the property located at 1450 East Geneva Street in the Business Regional BR zoning district, subject to the recommended conditions of approval listed in the report under recommended conditions of approval. Indoor commercial entertainment land use, subject to the conditions of approval listed in the report under conditions of approval, including any additions as may be identified by the common council.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
this is the Slumberland, and it's gonna move to where the shop goes at.
That's correct.
Hearing and seeing no further discussion, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 7.2 is consider a resolution for issuance of a conditional use permit at 1046 Ann Street, located in the manufacturing light ML zoning district with a wellhead protection overlay for an in-vehicle sales and services land use to allow for full automotive restoration services of paint and body work. Applicant Jason and Amanda Jones for Countryside Classics.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the proposed resolution with the conditional use findings listed in the report under recommended conditional use findings, and the conditional use request for limited conditional use permit for an in-vehicle sales or service land use for the property at 1046 Ann Street, located in the manufacturing light ML zoning district within the wellhead protection overlay. Applicant Jason and Amanda Jones for Countryside Classics, subject to the conditions of approval listed in the report under recommended conditions of approval, including any additions as may be identified by the common council.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to mention that they are expanding from Elkhorn into this area to continue growth for their business. So very happy to see that we have an opportunity for them to expand.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Moving on to item number 8, under Finance Committee issues, 8.1 is consider authorization to execute previously approved Radicom contract.
I would move to authorize execution of the previously approved Radicom contract.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 8.2 is consider the purchase of a Toro Realmaster 3555-D Fairway Mower from Rangers out of Sussex, Wisconsin, at a cost currently quoted at $59,938.32.
I would make a motion to approve the purchase of the Toro Wheelmaster 3555D Fairway Mower from Renders of Sussex, Wisconsin, at a cost currently quoted at $59,938.32, with the understanding that the price may fluctuate due to conditions out of our control.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 8.3 is consider engineering, design, and construction management for 2022 street and utility improvement roadway repaving work to Baxter and Woodman for an amount not to exceed $92,500.
I'd make a motion to approve the proposed MOU agreement with Baxter and Woodman for the 2022 street improvements program at an amount not to exceed $71,800 for engineering design work and an amount not to exceed $21,700 for construction engineering.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Oh, and seeing, hearing no further discussion, may we have a roll call, please?
Alderwoman Dexter Brand.
Yes.
Alderman Plazak.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beezer.
Yes.
Alderman Solis.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 8.4 is consider engineering, design, and construction inspection for the 2022 street and utility improvement water main replacement work to Baxter and Woodman for an estimated amount of $74,100.
I'd go ahead and move to approve the three proposed MOU agreements with Baxter and Woodman for the 2022 water main improvement projects at a combined amount not to exceed $34,000 for engineering design work and an estimated combined amount of $40,100 for construction, engineering, and inspection.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderman Plazak.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beezer.
Yes.
Alderman Solis.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dexter Brand.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 8.5 is consider engineering design proposal for the 2022 sidewalk improvement work to Baxter and Woodman for an amount not to exceed $14,800.
Go ahead and make the motion to approve the proposed MOU agreement with Baxter and Woodman for the 2022 sidewalk improvement program at an amount not to exceed $14,800 for engineering design work.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Okay.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beezer.
Yes.
Alderman Solis.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dexter Brand.
Yes.
Alderman Plazak.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 8.6 is consider approval of proposed letter of understanding to the Lake Comus Protection and Rehabilitation District regarding the provisions of financial services by the city of Dublin.
I would move to approve the letter of understanding to the Lake Comus Protection and Rehabilitation District regarding the provision of financial services by the city of Delavan and direct city staff to prepare an IGA for further consideration.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Just a quick question. This is just a note of understanding in order to begin the process of building the IGA, correct?
Any other additional discussion?
correct.
Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 8.7 is a review of the Baker Tilly County funded revenue loss calculation.
I would move to accept the Baker Tilly revenue loss calculation and have the ARPA funds remain in the capital fund to offset future capital purchases.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 8.8 is approval of bills, warrant 2021-11.
I'd make a motion to approve warrant 2021-11.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 9, issues that came before the General Operations Committee. 9.1 is consider issuance of a 2022 commercial hauler's license to GFL Environmental, Lakeland Trash, Neuenheis Brothers, and Waste Management per the recommendation of the Director of Public Works as Administrator of the city's solid waste management and recycling program. Care to make a motion?
So I'll move to authorize the issuance of a grade 1 commercial hauler's license for 2022 to GFL Environmental, Lakeland Trash, Neuenhouse Brothers, and Waste Management.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 9.2 is consider ordinance recreating Title II, Chapter 2, Section 9 of the City of Delavan Municipal Code to change compensation for common council.
So I'll move to approve an ordinance amending Title II, Chapter 2, Section 9 of the City Delavan Municipal Code for ordinances.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 10, under other business, consider mayor's appointments, or 10.1 is consider mayor's appointments to the Tourism Commission. They're appoint and nominate both Dave Shakiris and Lori Wutke to the Tourism Commission. I believe we have one other additional open seat yet, so I would just announce that if there's anyone that preferably from our industrial park area, that's kind of where the rep has been, that's currently at least representing and has stepped down. If there's interest, please let myself know, or the city administrator, or let anyone on the city council know, and to consider an additional appointment down the road. So at this time, I entertain a motion to reapprove Dave Shakiris and Lori Wutke.
So move.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 10.2 is consider a private well permit request from Keith Brand for recently annexed single family parcel at 1014 South 2nd Street. There, motion to approve.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to make a motion to deny the private well permit requested from Keith Brand for the recently annexed single-family parcel at 1014 South 2nd Street, as this property has readily availability to connect to the public water system.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 10.3 is consider approval of the 2022 downtown events calendar.
And make a motion to approve the downtown Delavan 2022 events calendar as presented.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second? There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I just would say that for those tuning in at home or joining us here in person, that these are in reference to many of the community events, but namely those in the downtown area that come before the downtown project management team. We just recently got done, I think, with a couple of nice holiday events, both to promote shop local and then the holiday season itself. And so I think that was the first time we've done those types of things. And I thank Alderwoman Dexter Brandt for chairing that committee and the committee members that serve on that. Because in many cases, those are the events that come here, and because of the hard work, we can showcase our community. And so we're always looking for more volunteers. I know it's always the same group that seems to step up, and so we welcome additional people that would like to serve on these committees and specialize on working on these events in the future. So please let myself know, or let Alderwoman Dexter Brandt, as chair of the downtown project management team, or the city administrator, or other city staff members, or anyone on the council. With that, there's a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 10.4 is consider approval of letter of understanding with the Spring Grove Cemetery Association. Care to make a motion?
I'm going to approve the letter of understanding with Spring Grove Cemetery Association regarding financial support by the city for maintenance operations of the Spring Grove Cemetery.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 10.5 is consider a resolution appointing election inspectors for 2022 through 2023. Care to make the motion?
I'll move to approve the resolution appointing election officials for 2022 to 2023.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 11 is again public comments. Citizens may again address the chair at this point of the meeting. And I would just ask that you limit the comments once to no 2 minutes. I know we didn't have any public comments at the beginning, so I suspect there aren't at this time. We'll move on to item number 12, which is suggested future agenda items. Future agenda items at this time. As always, if something comes up, just let myself or Ryan, our city administrator, know, and I'm happy to put something on the agenda for future discussion. With that, move on to item number 13, which is recess to closed session. 13.1 is pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.85 parent 1 parent B, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session regarding 1616 Adams Drive repurchase. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. We go to closed session.
All right, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, maybe we have a roll call.
Alderman Beezer.
Yes.
Alderman Solis.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dexter Brandt.
Yes.
Alderman Plazak.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes, and we'll take a brief recess. Break things down.
Have a good Christmas, you guys. I'll hit your back button.
Hey, Mary, you're on the roll here.
And then go to the closed session. There you go. Got it. Be your pro.